Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Earl, my brother, welcome to 2024.
2024, we made it.
Man, I cannot believe the year is 2024. I feel like I am getting older every year.
Dude,
I
hey,
guess
when I thought
I am.
hey, me too. When I thought about 2024 as a kid, I thought, flying cars like the Jetsons, that whole thing, yeah, nothing like what I imagined, for sure.
Yep. Yeah, if you look at the Back to the Future movies, I forget exactly what year it was, but when they went forward in the future, it was definitely before now.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't think nobody anticipated it to work out the way they did, but hey, it's here, 2024. We'll definitely make the best of it.
Yeah, man. And looking back, 2023, you may hear a lot of doom and gloom about real estate and have heard about it over the last 12 months, but it really wasn't a bad year. Home prices held solid, even appreciated. Mortgage rates were higher than we were used to, but most of the year were kind of historically average. So really, it wasn't a bad time to buy. And honestly, one of the best times to buy real estate is when other people aren't. That's when you can
Yes.
find a lot of the better deals.
Right. You're not having to do that competition of overpaying, for the property just to kind of win the contract. So yeah, no, you are absolutely right. And with interest rates kind of settling toward the end of the year, or at least improving for us, that definitely put a lot more people into play or back into the buying market as well.
Yeah, rates are coming down. We hit some highs in like October-ish in the
Yeah.
fall. We were pressing up into the eights.
Yes.
But yeah, things are starting to recover, getting back to the average to below average levels. Little ups and downs, but you're looking, some products low sevens, but a lot of folks are back in the sixes, especially for maybe a VA mortgage or an FHA mortgage. So yeah, things are getting more reasonable, and the outlook is for continued improvement. So it's not going to be, back in the threes in 6 months. It'll probably never be back in the threes.
Right.
But if we get comfortably in the sixes and then maybe in the next year or two, somewhere in the fives, that's going to be a good place and a reasonable place for rates to be. But keep in mind, all these people on the sidelines that are waiting for rates to come down are going to hop back in. So if you wait, you may be competing with lots and lots of people if you don't take action in the next few months.
Yeah, and I'm going to just second that. You will be competing with other people because as soon as the mainstream news gets out that hey, rates are down, it's a good time to buy, everybody's going to hop back in. So as we get closer to the summertime, spring, when people are out doing their yards and putting up these wonderful flowers and all whatnot, the more people will become more active. So those will be the people you have to compete with buying some properties that you may can look into now, and just to touch on that as well, Kevin, I thought I heard something somewhere that said our first rate cut may actually come around March. Have you heard anything about that?
Possible. Yeah, they haven't said for sure. And it depends on what the economic figures, indicators, et cetera, will be doing.
Right.
But the market, primarily Wall Street, et cetera, is expecting rate cuts in 2024. And yes, they're anticipating the first one may be coming in March.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And the Fed rate cuts don't directly impact mortgage rates,
right,
but indirectly they do. It's, overall the cost of funds, including our cost to borrow. So yeah, they don't directly cut mortgage rates, but as the Fed cuts, we're going to see mortgage rates drop.
Yeah, and that's something I've kind of explained, briefly to some of my clients. It doesn't happen like the day they cut, it doesn't change mortgage rates that day. They kind of trail along where eventually they'll come down, to a more, a more appreciative rate, for most people. And just to touch on the end of 2023, I just have a couple of numbers here. In December, the average days on market was around 22 days from the point of listing to the home going under contract. Which is actually quite well for December,
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, December is typically a really super slow month, Looks like in December as well, and these numbers I'm giving you guys are from the greater Hampton Roads area. all 7 cities, including James City County and York County. We had about 1,450 sales in the month of December, which is definitely not bad at all. You know, on average, that's what, it's 31 days in December. On average, that's like 2 or 3 sales a day, you know, so on average, right around 1.5, to be honest, or somewhere between 1.5, 2.5. Don't quote me on that math. I'm just, you know, I'm just going off of, you know, what I'm seeing here. We do have 2 months inventory on the market right now, which also has been the same synopsis that's been echoed across the platform the entire year, which indicates a very strong seller's market. So, you know, we're still in that seller's market area in late December, which is awesome. We didn't creep up, you know, to the 3 months or the 4 months, which, you know, for all the doomsdayers, sorry guys, just not happening, you know. We're still low on inventory.
And by seller's market, you mean it almost favors the sellers a little, so it's still a good time to list and sell your home.
Absolutely, absolutely. That, a matter of fact, the average sales price for the year was right around $330,000 for the Greater Hampton Roads area, which is pretty good. You know, it held substantially. There wasn't any loss. There was only gain. There wasn't double-digit gain of appreciation that we saw, you know, in the what do you call it, the COVID years, you know, or what have you. But the appreciation is still going up at a very, very reasonable size.
And that average price point is a reasonable price point for housing costs. You know, if you're looking for a 5-bedroom on an acre or 2 and blah, 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 you're certainly going to pay more for that. But, you know, with that being the average, so you're going to have 5, 6, and 700,000, you know, but you're also going to have plenty of 250s, even less, that are good affordable opportunities, especially compared to where rents are right now. Yes,
that is for sure. In comparison, you know, to rents versus purchasing, mortgage rates are definitely not as in interest rates, but the actual price of a mortgage is very competitive with rents. Rents right now are through the roof in a lot of areas. I know they're saying that it's supposed to come down, you know, rents will eventually at some point, but right now it's still better to buy than to rent.
Yep. And it's still cheaper than going to the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. For sure. That grocery store, man, that's an investment nowadays, you know?
Oh, we went yesterday. We didn't get much. It was like 4 of the little plastic bags, not even crammed full, and it was over $100. Like, goodness, it has gotten out of control.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be good to start seeing some savings in the grocery stores as well, sooner than later.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, we chit-chatted about some ideas for folks achieving their home buying dreams in 2024. And I think you've got a graphic that you can post up along with our conversation here.
Absolutely. But this graphic comes to us courtesy of our friends over at Keeping Current Matters, and it talks about achieving your home buying dreams in 2024. And it lists about, you know, 4 different things that are very great, you know, in your journey to being a new homeowner. Number 1 is improving your credit. So you want to kind of keep an eye on your credit score, see what's going on, pay off any old debts or anything that you may have forgotten about or something that may be there in error, which has happened. I mean, I know a ton of people that looked at their credit recently. They was like, hey, where did this come from? Where's this car loan? I never owned a car like this, you know, and they were able to get it removed. So, you know, keeping an eye on that type of thing or monitoring your credit is a very smart idea, especially when you're on the home buying journey. You also want to plan for your down payment, which is, you know, saving a little bit of money from each paycheck or putting aside a little bit of money if you happen to make a good investment or a great FanDuel bet, you know, something like that, you know, you make a few extra $100, hey, put a little aside for that down payment, you know. I can't say I fit that category. I haven't had much luck in FanDuel lately, so yeah.
Right. And keep in mind, there are some great low and even no down payment programs available. So it's great to have those savings, even if we don't use it it's still good to show your ability to save. You have a financial cushion. So save as aggressively as possible. But if you don't have a lot of money saved, don't let that stop you from reaching out to Earl or myself, and we can help find something that might be a good fit.
Yes, which brings me to my next point. You want to get pre-approved. So working with a great lender like Kevin, sitting down, having a conversation about your goals, ambitions, dreams, and then having him take a look at things from the financial side and being able to offer you those programs with less down payment or require less money out of pocket is definitely what you want to have in your game plan of being a new homeowner. And last but not least, you want to decide the stuff that's most important to you when buying your home. Is it that you need a 2-car garage, or do you want a 2-car garage? Do you want that half acre behind your home, or are you okay with the 3/10 of an acre lot? Which aspects of a home that you may want or need that fits your family dynamic versus something that, hey, I would like to have 3 acres behind the house, Olympic size swimming pool, all these types of things. You want to kind of sit down and plan out with your family exactly not only what you need, but you want to put your wants in there as well, but keep it in perspective, I would say. At least that way you're able to look at true numbers when you sit down with Kevin and you talk about trying to find the right home.
Absolutely.
So yeah, other than that, those are the 4 tips. And you guys will see a graph here, infograph that we'll share as well. You should be able to screenshot it and use it as well. Put that in your notebook, write it down. Just kind of keep it as a little cliff notes, I would say, for your home buying journey. Outside of working with a great lender like Kevin or giving me a buzz to go on a home, I don't say home shopping spree, but a home wish list spree per se, until you find exactly what you're looking for.
Yep. Come up with your wish list, and then Earl can help you find homes that check as many of those boxes as possible.
Absolutely.
Cool, man. Well, hey, always a pleasure to chat. I love talking real estate with you, and I am absolutely excited about 2024 and what's to come. And I am still a big believer in real estate. I invest in real estate myself. So I think there's a ton of opportunities out there, and I truly believe it's a great time to buy. The best time to buy is yesterday.
Yes.
The second best time to buy is today.
Absolutely, man. I echo those same sentiments about 2024. I'm really excited about a great new year. I'm like you. I'm an investor as well. So I'm hopping in. I'm taking a look and seeing what's there. So as always, we definitely thank you guys for stopping in and hanging out with us. Kevin, it's always a pleasure, my guy. Until next week.
Until next week.